Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The time is 45 minutes after the hour.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. My guests tonight are Darknite Paranormal, and I want to tell you guys about another event that's coming up. This one, on the other hand, is not theirs, it's mine, and it's with Tom McNicholas and Spook Show Con. I am the co-host of that on August 17th from 10 to 8 p.m. in DeKalb, Illinois. There is a Facebook page for that, so just look up Spook Show Con, and it's $20 to attend the event, or $65 to attend the event and the investigation at the Egyptian Theater, which is only one of 5 left east of the Rockies. So it's a really interesting location. There will be door prizes available, and it's at the Red Roof Inn there in DeKalb, Illinois. And some of our guest speakers and guests that are just going to be there at, vendors, guests and vendors. Rick Wade. We all love Rick Wade. He's so much fun. I don't know what he's going to be talking about, but I know that for me, it's going to be fun. His family knew my family before the paranormal. Ted Van Son and Michelle Wagner, Frank Bennett, Ghost Crier is going to be there as well. Mike Ricksecker and Shauna Wankel, yeah, I think that's it. I'm having brain farts today, left and right. And Ursula Bielayski. I'm going to have to talk with her on her last name. So, or Tom will call me and tell me how to say her last name. So, there's some more people. There's going to be Willie Atkins is going to be there, and Ron and Denise Pridemore. I mean, you can't have any better than that. Ron and Denise Pridemore. And what else do you need? That's what Ron said. So I hope you guys are planning on going. And anybody who signs up before April 1st is put into a drawing to win a free reading from Kelly Moonspinner McCarville. And I have another giveaway coming up at some point. And I don't know if I'm going to use it for that or for the door prizes. So, you're going to have to wait and see. So check that out if you want to. And like I said, the sooner you sign up, the better chance you have of getting that free reading. So, and the investigation, so far, the only people we know that you're going to be investigating with are me and Ron. So you get to get snuck up on by Denise. So, there you go. Not intentionally, of course. So that's it. So check that out. And we also have, and on Wednesday night, I'm also going to be on Mystic Moon Cafe at 9 o'clock Central to 11 o'clock with Wendy Schindler. So check that out on Spreaker. And so that's going to be fun. I'm going to be on the other side of the mic this time, telling you guys my stuff as opposed to asking everybody their stuff. So if you have questions for Denise, that's the time to ask them. So, but this is all about you guys. So Carl asks another question here. Oh, actually, Brenda does. I'm going to get hers before I get to Carl. Sorry, Carl. Brenda asks, she only has one question. What investigation tops their paranormal bucket list and why?
Oh, I think all 3 of ours are going to be different.
Yeah, they should be. You're all different people.
Mine, I guess you can say it just depends what we're talking about. If we're talking internationally or nationally here in the United States. In the United States, gosh, so many locations. But there again, I've already done the one that I'm going to have to say is my number 1 on my bucket list, and that's Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Waverly Hills is like, I can put it this way. At Waverly Hills on the 4th floor, my eyes turn black. And that's not Hollywood. That's not the stuff that they portrayed on TV. This actually happened while we was at Waverly Hills. Me and Mr. Robert Fry, Brown County Paranormal, and Justin McGuire, the other co-founder of Darknite, was actually all 3 affected negatively on that floor. It went to wanting to throw people off the balcony, which that was actually me talking about throwing one of my investigators off the balcony, and that's not like me at all. I'm the protector of the group in that sense. But actually, right after saying that, I caught a Class A EVP that said might throw Tim off the balcony. And kind of confirming that what I was saying is true, and I can't explain why. But that one was definitely number one, and as crazy as it sounds, I can't wait to return to Waverly Hills.
So it's a bucket list location that you've already been to.
Yeah.
And once that's his bucket list to go back to as well.
Now, outside of ones I've been to, there's a couple. Preston Castle out in California is definitely up there. The Linda Vista Hospital.
That's gone. Linda Vista Hospital is gone.
Is it? They tore it down?
They tore it down and made it, and the site is now condos.
That sucks. But no, another big one up there is going to be the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia.
In there. It is great.
I've heard a lot of great things about it. Definitely. Who wants to go next, Sherika?
I'll let Lauren go.
Lauren, go for it.
Waverly was really good, but my top in the USA is probably Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden's house in Salem. Those are probably my top two. And then I just like Salem is just the history of the location. You know, it's so intriguing. And probably Gettysburg too. That's another one. Those are probably my top three. And then outside of the US is probably in Rome, the Colosseums. Mm-hmm. Oh, I want to go there so bad. I mean, that would be a great location. That's the top ones. But the top ones we probably is Waverly. I mean, Waverly was really good, but I really want to go to Lizzie Borden and Salem. Those are probably my top two. So,
okay. Next.
For me, my number one bucket I've already got to go to is Bobby Mackey's. I got to do that one already. Outside of that, I don't really have like one certain one that I really just want to. I mean, I want to do them all.
Yeah, I want to do everything you can.
I mean, I'd have to say probably like if I had to pick one that if I could just like up and go today, no worries or nothing, I would probably have to say either Salem or Gettysburg because of the history of it.
Okay, well, been to Gettysburg a couple times, and in fact, just a year and a half, 2 years ago now, been to Gettysburg. But I went to Gettysburg in '77 when you get to everything.
Yeah.
You didn't have to pay for, there were no ghost tours. There was none.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was great. It's okay. In my opinion, a lot of people will tell you different things, but don't take your equipment out on the battlefield. It will get confiscated.
Really?
Yes, you're not allowed to take any equipment out on the battlefield.
That's pretty good for the history.
Yeah, they just.
That is crazy.
Well, I go for Friendlies. I like Friendlies ice cream. I used to work at Friendlies ice cream, but that's a whole different story. But see, being from Baltimore, those are day field trips for us. We would just go and just go to these places. So, Washington, D.C. was a day trip for us. 36 miles away, we would go. And so for us, I got to see all these places firsthand when I was a kid. And so I had paranormal experiences from a very young age. But that's a whole different story. But and this isn't about me. But I did want to ask you a question. I noticed on your group page, you have a picture of this mansion, and I want to tell you something about that mansion. We're volunteers at that mansion that you have on there, McPike Mansion. The background picture that you have.
Oh yeah.
We are volunteers there, and it looks so much better than the picture that you have on there right now because of all the work that they've done. And that's where we met Coyote Chris 10 years ago. Was at McPike Mansion. So apparently we were meant to meet.
That's awesome.
Because I looked at that and the first thing I saw was, I know that place. I'm a volunteer there. So there you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been volunteers there since 2009.
Oh, wow.
So
that's awesome.
That should be on your bucket list, but it's not demonically haunted, so keep that in mind. It's not like Ghost Adventure. Ghost Adventure.
That's okay with me.
They didn't do it justice. it is a lot better than they said. So, not demonically haunted, but
That's
we'll
how
keep
when
it.
we went to Goatman's Bridge this past Friday.
Yeah,
Went
this
to
past
Goatman's
Friday.
Bridge, and it
That's where.
wasn't as
Which
crazy.
Goatman's Bridge did you go to?
The one in Texas.
Okay, because
Where,
there's one everywhere. Just
Yeah, the one that Ghost Adventures went to.
in Alton, Texas.
Yes.
Yes.
And
it was
it's
actually
not.
Robert that was in the chat a little bit earlier. He was there, which he's by himself, and he joined up with us because he'd seen what we was doing and asked if he could tag along, and we were like, sure. But that's where he come from. But yeah, I don't think that place was nowhere near what Ghost Adventures made it out to be, or at least the night that we was there, the activity was not the same as what they got when they were there.
Yeah.
There again, I think that's a lot of like, I don't know, I guess you can say show hype for ratings. They hype these locations up, and we go like Bobby Mackey's, for instance. Don't get me wrong, Bobby Mackey's is an incredible location.
Not my favorite.
I caught some pretty good evidence there, EVPs wise and such. We caught some pretty good evidence, but it wasn't nothing like Ghost Adventures portrayed it out to be.
Nope.
No, nothing like anybody's ever portrayed it out to be. My mom even went there. And she wasn't paranormal. She went to it as a honky tonk, of course. And we went there during the day, and we had some activity, but we had more activity down by the cell, and downstairs, and we had some stuff upstairs where it seemed like Carl was playing jokes on us, in the bar. But there never seemed to be anything awful there. Nothing that made me say, "Hey, I got to leave." Other than I did question the quality of the prostitutes downstairs, and I had this red thing go across my face like I was being slapped. I didn't feel anything, but I saw this red light go straight across my face, and it was only me, my husband, and the tour guide, and none of us had any red lights. So it was kind of weird. And of course, down there you have no outside light in that spot where we were at. So yeah, I probably deserved that, because you probably shouldn't be asking questions about the quality of their prostitutes. But the spirits were letting me know that they didn't appreciate that. But yeah, it's interesting, and the lack of history that was used was interesting. But that's neither here nor there. Paratainment is exactly what it is. It's paratainment, not it's not meant. I think I use it more for what not to do in a paranormal investigation. And hey, let me see what equipment you guys are using. Is it worth the time for me to go and see if it's worth anything?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I do. Like, I'll watch their shows to kind of scope out the location. Kind of just to get the feel to see what they're saying is there and such. And then also, like you said, the new equipment and stuff that comes out. Everybody that knows about Ghost Adventures or anything along those lines knows that Ghost Adventures is going to have the newest equipment, the best of the best, on a lot of their investigations. So it kind of gives me a feel for some of the equipment. Now, we have the Obulus 5. We have the Paranormal Puck 2. The Obulus 5, honestly, we have caught some good stuff, but I think the Obulus 5 is more of a joke than...
It's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because when you touch it, it talks. Anytime you touch it, it puts out words.
When you pick it up, or... I mean, we've caught some stuff through it, like, on investigations, but we didn't catch a lot like you see on the TV shows. Like they get all these words. I mean, sometimes we'll get stuff, but it's not like, for me, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it was a waste of $400.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? We're coming up on our top of the hour break. This is going to be a 5-minute break, but we'll talk some more about some of this stuff. And I am looking forward to talking to you guys about Devil's Den and the natural danger